Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. Today we got this Airstream tow behind trailer. This happens to be a 2022 model and we're doing a paint correction and ceramic coating on it. Now just a point of advice, when you're working on these Airstream trailers, for whatever reason, maybe it's just how they were manufactured historically, but some parts of it do have a clear coat and some parts do not. So what that means for you as a detailer is that the clear coated parts you can very easily just whip out a polisher. We typically go with the lowest possible cut, the easiest cut on it. In this case, we're using Rupes Uno Pure paired with a white pad on a DA polisher, just because it's in really good condition. And this is not the best quality clear coat, unfortunately. It does like to flake when it gets a few years old. However, you have to be able to distinguish between the parts that are clear coated and the parts that are not. They're just raw brushed aluminum. The whole thing is brushed aluminum. As you can see to the right of the rivet, this is clear coated. To the left of the rivet, it is not clear coated. To the right of the rivet down here, same thing. This part, not clear coated. The top, not clear coated. So what happens, same thing with the side. Rivets to the left, clear coated. To the right, not clear coated. However, as you can see on this trailer, we have a few micro scratches. What do we do about them? Before we coat them, we need to try our best to get them all out. So this is what we use here at the studio. Really, you just need three things and some elbow grease. So right here, we've got our mag and aluminum polish. This is our favorite metal polish from Mother's. We get it by the gallon. You can get it from Walmart in small little packs or Amazon. And then we have our microfiber applicator. This is what we use for ceramic coatings and sometimes tire shine. And then we have just your good old-fashioned Kirkland Costco microfiber towels. So this is exactly what you're gonna do. You'll take some of this on your applicator. We're just dabbing a little bit on there. And then we're gonna pay attention to the grain. In this case, if you get close, you're looking at it from a 45-degree angle, you can very clearly see that the grain on this panel is going in this direction like that. And as you go up, it does maintain it on this panel. However, when we get to this panel right here, it's no longer going side to side. It's taking that angle. So you always have to match the motion of your hand to the grain of the aluminum. And this is probably overkill what I'm about to do here, but I don't even move up to do it on the actual surface. I lift my hand up and then I do the next section like this. And the reason I'm doing that is because any lines that are going up and down, if you were to scratch it for any reason through this process, they're not going to blend as well as lines that go side to side. But the whole point of this polish is to remove any kind of oxidation, any kind of micro marring that has occurred on this aluminum, and give you a very nice surface for coating. And typically with this kind of polish, you just go until you kind of work it in. So you want to spread your area out, keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for a couple minutes. And even that's kind of overkill. Most people would tell you to do it a couple times and then just wipe off, but we like to really work it in. And you can tell it's worked in because the edges of your sponge here are going to start to turn black. And that's how you know the polish did what it's supposed to do, and it's removing the defects and any possible oxidation or contaminants that are worked into the surface. And so you get the idea. We're going to wipe this one off a little bit earlier just to kind of show you a rough result. But even when you're wiping off with the microfiber towel, you want to make sure the edges of the towel are tucked in underneath your palm so that only the soft part of the towel is actually touching the surface. And you're going to do the same exact motion when you're wiping it off. And now what we see here, if we get close, I'm going to grab the camera. Look at the difference between this top section. I hope you can see it on camera. But you have these lines, these water lines running up and down. You got scratches going side to side right here. And then look at the section that we just polished. This section right here. All you see is the brushed aluminum going side to side. And that is how you get a good finish on these uncoated raw pieces of any Airstream aluminum trailer. And like I said, the rivets right here, these are typically what cut off the clear coated panels from the non-clear coated panels. And always make sure, always look at it, even if you look at it from an angle, you could tell this one is a lot shinier than this one, for example, because of that clear coat that's added a little bit of gloss. and even coming up on the front as we go towards the front of this trailer. Same thing here. So this is not going to be coated. This section right here is not going to be coated, but this to the right of the rivets all the way to the end of the trailer is in fact coated. So just a quick aluminum polish tip for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. DM if you have any questions, and good luck with your detail.